Okay, so yeah, thanks a lot, dear participants, students of New Western University. Today, I would like to make a short workshop, a short presentation about the AI approaches in real-world application right now. And today, we will review, more on the real-world cases where the AI may be utilized, how it may be utilized, what kind of technologies will be utilized, and everything related to this. It just may be something similar or something really reasonable from your life, and some features which maybe you even didn't recognize or didn't understand that the AI approaches is utilized there. But before that, I would shortly like to introduce myself. My name is Oleh Basystiuk, and I'm also the lecturer in the New Western University. Cover courses in concentration of the AI. That's like everything related, like intro into the AI, machine learning in business cases, and a lot of others. Also, I have experience in software engineering, obtained a PhD degree in computer science, and yeah, overall experience is 7+ years in software development and more than 3 years academic experience. So enjoy sharing knowledge and expressing some interesting topic, covering some interesting topic for the students. Yeah, you could reach me all the time via actually not all the time, but any suitable time for you via email, which is listed on the slide. So shortly, I think our first stop will be more about the computer vision approaches, because me personally, that's like my main advantage and my one of the most interesting technologies from my end is the computer vision. And one of the really famous approach is traffic related problems which may be solved in idea of the smart city and utilizing it inside this city ecosystem. So how to handle the traffic, how to handle the parking lots, how to optimize the traffic, and everything related to this. In this project, it's more about how to understand the plates, and based on plates, understand the type of the vehicle and place it into the free spot around our parking lots. For example, at the company parking or at the university parking, and so on and so forth. So let's shortly just dive into it and understand a bit clearer. So the realistic how the problem looks like from the other hand. So we have some quantity of the parking lots, around 40 or 60, and we need to manage them properly. We need to understand initially, is the visitor is like our co-worker or some kind of stranger. So if that's the stranger, we definitely wouldn't let him pass. If that's our worker, would be nice to recognize him, to know him, and maybe if he have a predefined parking slot, just to mention that they may visit it. If the slot is booked or occupied by any other automobile or any other vehicle, we may redirect him to the other available slot and maybe make it even easier for him. Maybe would be a nice idea just to highlight it on a display, let him know that maybe we have the three spaces. And for example, first one is in the second line, in a third line, and in a fifth line. And he may select the most appropriate for him based on his preferences. So usually to understand the scope of the problems, when we're talking about the practical use cases, it's not only about one-step solution. That's usually the ecosystem, and we need to take care a lot about couple of steps under the hood. For example, in this case, that's really important initially to recognize the plate. After that, to understand, recognition of the plate is some kind of the control of the access to our parking lots, to our parking in general. The next step will be locating of free space of free lots, free parking lots mean inside of our parking. So where exactly it's located, what's the number of the free space? Is it in the first row or maybe in the second or in the third, and so on and so forth, just to better to navigate our worker. And after that, we also need to display up-to-date info. Yeah, which one lot is free, which one is occupied, where it's better to park the car of our coworker around our parking lots. Usually, it looks something like this. At the very beginning, the key thing will be to install the camera at the top of the building to be sure that we cover all available parking lots and we mark them so you actually could see it on the image. And after the parking lot reconstruction, overall quantity of the cars which may be placed inside the parking goes up to 101 available parking slot. But as you see in a time peak, at the really start of the working day, almost everyone is occupied and in use by the co-workers, by the colleague, and so on and so forth. Also, you see at the left image, that's our control. Um, that's our control unit. We have the first one drive to get into the parking lots and one to get out. At this step, we definitely also on these places we definitely also need to place the cameras, and that cameras will identify the plates of the car and verify is that the plate of our coworker or someone who is the stranger for us, and we wouldn't let him get inside. At this end, so we need to at least have 3 video cameras. The first one at the top of the building to cover all the mm, parking lots, which we see right now, and the two extra of them, is on our gateway to arrive and to go out from get in and get out from our parking, which will be verifying the plates, understanding for whom belong this or that car, for our worker or for some kind of stranger. And after that, we also mentioned the issue and the problem related to the displaying the info and properly letting know our co-workers should they arrive, or maybe that's better to search for the parking lots around the office, but not on the company parking lots. It was also prepared this kind of the display, which stands here. Yeah, as you see, it's also marked at our image right here at the arriving spot, and you could see, yeah, is this the available places or not, how many of available places are at the parking lot, and where exactly it's located. Yeah, at the really center, I mean at the first line of around the office, or at the second line, at the third line, and so on and so forth. So they also are really clear for them how to navigate, how to build their moving trajectory, to achieve the best place for them from their perspective of view. So we just need properly to present the available parking lots, and that's it. So it's also really useful thing and a really useful tool for the colleagues to just to know how many places are available. How it works under the hood, when we talk about the infrastructure and how it's located. So we have here, as I mentioned previously, the first and the second camera. The first one which work on arrival and going out from our parking lot. We definitely take the image, or actually not an image, but the video, which after that is transcoded and recreated to the images on this level. After that, we utilize the approach called ARPRD. That's our recognition tool, which help us to understand the plates, and read the plates. And after that, our next step will be the gatekeeper. That's the special our tool created on our end, which receives the recognized plate and check with our data base, which have these plates, the plate manager, just verifying, do we have these plates inside our system or not? If yes, so we need to let him in. If also we let him in and now he want to go out, we will just mark his parking lot as the available for the other colleagues and manage all of that. We also could know when he arrived, when he go out, and track all of that inside of our license plate management system and smart parking management system. So yeah, just to know the visitor when they arrived, when they go out. And also the really important part is gate opener. That's the separate tool. Usually it's provided by the manufacturer of this gate at the arrival spot. So we just send the request to this gate opener, and they open or do not open the gate. When we see that there's some kind of stranger, we also have ability to display that, for example, sorry, but your car plates are not listed in our database, so you do not have permission to get into the parking lot. Please find the free parking lot around the office if you want to visit him. So yeah, that's also the really nice idea and a nice notifier for the visitors. Oh, if someone wants to dive a bit deeper into this approach, so I sending just the link for the library, which was utilized previously, which helped to recreate video into to transcode video into the images, and after that to apply this recognition tool under the hood to be sure that you receive really nice result and really nice output and understand the plates. The next one was the chatbot for the speech recognition and understanding the audio messages, which I think also a lot of you already faced with and know. But this project was probably like developed 6 or 7 years ago, and that wasn't so popular. This automatic tools which are available right now. I mean, AI-based, when you could send forward the message and receive the reply, or even inside some kind of messengers, you already have the features which have you to translate the audio from audio to text, or for example, from generate the audio from text to audio, and vice versa. But yeah, a couple of years ago, the speech recognition tool and this ability to transfer audio to text was really tremendous thing and help us a lot. Usually it was built it wasn't so complicated project. It was just basically 3 tables. The first one was responsible for the user, the second one for the social network ID, and the third one just to take care about the requests and kind of the requests. So when we talk about the request, all we need to know is just the creation time. So when user asked us to recreate the audio file and the direction file path to this audio file, because we store everything inside of our system. And about the social network, we just need to know exactly the ID from which social network we receive this kind of the request, because each of them have their own type of the replies and have their own structure. Yeah, for example, I don't know, WhatsApp, Viber, Facebook, like right now Meta, whatever, they have their own API solutions. They have their own approach for that. So this definitely makes the sense uh, not to yeah, not to make unified interface. You definitely need to understand the endpoint and the type of the reply which you need to prepare for each of the social network. So shortly, I will highlight you how it looks like under the hood. So initially, the first stop is our user, which is presented here. He sent the request to our chatbot. Yep. After that, when user received the audio message, he sent the request here. That's our, he's calling our method under Yeah, under our audio recreation method, audio to text creation method, which is placed here, or may just visit our database, send the call to our database, for example, for some historical data. And after that, when we received the reply uh, to our call, to our request, it's like prepared for our user at this step. Yep, so that's like step back function. So here depends on what kind of is the historical data request or audio, new request to recreate the audio. After that, move back here to our chat, and after that is prepared as the result and presented to our user. So that's here the step 6, and that's shortly how our system is working. About the deployment, I already shortly mentioned that mainly chatbot is located on the engine of some kind of the social network. Logic was written on a Python plus Flask, and the storage was the plain MySQL database with the tools to store the data, all the necessary data. Usually, it's in this case of audio transforming, we utilize sequence-to-sequence model. That's actually, yeah, for all sequential data is really popular one. When we have some kind of input sequence, for example, the audio message, which will be recreated into the vector of numbers, which represent the thoughts, the ideas, the info which is placed there. And after that, we have the decoder, for example, which based on this context vector will create the alternative output. It works pretty the same when we have as an input audio and want to receive the text. And it also works pretty the same when we have text as the input and want to receive the audio as the output. Yeah, so it's also maybe changed. The alternative approach will look like this, but the steps are pretty the same. So just make an input. After that, that's encoded into the unique vector. So we will receive just the numbers here. Yeah, I will just mark it as a number. And after that, we will receive the next step, will be step A. The step B will be just to take these numbers and recreate them, for example, to the audio message. So nothing too complicated. It's pretty, yeah, obvious and pretty, yeah, well-known approach when we're talking about the working with the sequential data. Maybe in more details, we may talk about it during our classes. So yeah, and you may see how it actually works when we're talking about this chatbots and approaches like this. So application for this kind of sequence-to-sequence model may be like tremendously a lot, starting from the machine translation and yeah, finishing this chatbots, which we was talking actually previously, yeah, to recreate the audio to text or generate some kind of the replies for our user. Shortly, how it works practically. Yeah, when you receive some kind of the message, you yeah, start talking with the chatbot. You may record some kind of audio message. You receive the text reply. You could record the new one, and you will also receive the text reply from our chatbot. Or, for example, you could forward some kind of audio message to this chatbot, and yeah, you receive wide kind, wide range of messages, audio messages, which may be translated to the realistic world data. Yeah, so that's shortly how it works. Yeah, but as I mentioned, right now maybe this is not so good, but still, it really works nice with the Ukrainian language. That's the key advantage. But even like 5 or 6 years ago, it was really nice and new product on the market. Yep. So, and shortly, not sure if I should dive deeper into the hosting platform, about the Google Cloud platform, where it's hosted, how to work with the terminal, and so on and so forth. I maybe will just jump a bit more into the customer segmentation and into the recommendation systems. That's also one of the popular projects right now, especially when you want to treat your customer properly and provide him really nice recommendations. Yet to purchase something, to listen something, to watch something, whatever actions your platform is providing, you definitely need to have the good recommendation system to engage your client, do spend more time, and you could make it just like providing him really necessary and really good suggestions. So the first one, we may just group it or segmentate him on the income level, on the age level, or actually this X and Y's may be really different, depends on the type of the data which you have under your hand, in your hand. I would maybe suggest that three main approaches which we have right now in the recommendation system. First one is the content-based. For example, we have we enjoy a lot watching films with you, and we like the action films. We watch them a lot. In this case, the recommendation system will see that, oh, since this customer like a lot the action films, let's feed him more action films, and he will enjoy it. The second one approach is the collaborative filtering. It's a bit more advanced approach. For example, we try to understand the tastes of the different group of the users. For example, we are watching some kind of serial, and user with the same taste to the serials, he already like watched, I don't know, serial A, finished all the seasons, and after that start watching serial B, first series, and also see that he enjoys it a lot and keep going on watching it. On our side, we just almost finished the serial A, and we are searching what to watch the next. It may be a good idea if this user A and user B have plus minus the same tastes and enjoy plus minus the same thing. Maybe let's just try and take and recommend this serial B from user A to user B. Maybe he will enjoy. So that's mainly how works the collaborative filtering. We try match users, not the content, and that's called the collaborative filtering. And also the final one, knowledge-based recommendation, or it's more like we call it the hybrid approach, when we mix a bit content, a bit collaborative filtering, and that's definitely help us to build more stable and more interesting recommendations, because not everything usually works on a content, not everything usually works on collaborative filtering, and usually that's the mix of both. Shortly about the outcomes and influence of the personalization and personal recommendation for each users. As you may see, they definitely user enjoy when you treat them with the respect, when you try for them and build for them this personalized experience. Almost 80% enjoy that and try to return back to you. And when they have this personalization, usually 90% are satisfied. Only like 7 of them an appeal or not at all appeal them this features. So definitely personalization is the new big thing in sales, new big thing in engagement of audience, and doing your best when you have some kind of the platform with the recommendation is definitely the key approach to grow the business and to keep the audience active and interested in your product and interested in your service. Shortly, one more approach. So yeah, that was pretty clearly about things like recommendation. One more thing is about the bot detection problem. A lot of nowadays one of the biggest problem is about fake users, a lot of bots, harmful messages, and so on and so forth. We actually have a lot of AI tools which may help to prevent it, to prevent this kind of miscellaneous influence to our users or harmful or receiving harmful messages. We could just understand the bots where they are located based on their actions. So yeah, if you see that some kind of bot sent hundreds and thousands messages in seconds, so does not look like real person. Or maybe they have sending the hate messages on one type of the content. That's also maybe really suspective. For that, we have special tools which help us to process the messages, process the images, understand multimodality of data, and based on that, yeah, build some kind of the predictions, evaluations, and if we meet the critical level of evidence that looks like the bot, we may ban him or limit the ability to send the message or limit the ability to send the comments. And after that, just let our admin to evaluate is that the really bot or not, or maybe the some kind of yeah, strange approach which user utilize. And that's usually how the results looks. When we talk about the bots, we definitely may ban some kind of the users as well, or like limit the ability to send for the some kind of users, for sure. But that's the cost of being more, yeah, more accurate and more safe ecosystem platform for our other customers. And usually, when you ban the bot, they wouldn't message you back and try to request to renew the account, but the real user for sure will. But we also do not lose quite a lot. Oh yeah, and we also talking previously about the plate recognition problem. I'll just shortly could use case showcase you the use case of the other approach, not related to the parking lots, but just for checking the access and how critical and how problem it may be. Yeah, for example, we have the distortions in the images, we have poor lighting problem. We also may have sometimes the issue with arriving um, colleagues or yeah, visitors abroad, and they do not meet our standard of the plates. And definitely, so there are also pretty a lot of the problems which need to be selected, which need to be fixed. And yep, in this case, the YOLO approach was utilized, also one of the most popular in case of computer vision. So yeah, that's usually how the alliance works. And when we talk about the YOLO, YOLO really advanced each from time to time, each new version provide extra and extra results, so like better and better results. So sometimes developers who utilize it even joke. So if you couldn't solve some kind of problem at the YOLO V10, that's not a big deal. Just wait for the YOLO V11, and definitely it will help you to solve the problem or at least increase your outcomes and results of the on that problem. Because yeah, each time we receive better and better approach, better and better results. So yeah, and that's also one more time just shortly how it looks like. So yeah, we have some kind of camera, we have some kind of the gate, we have some kind of a plate and a short sensor or like the panel, the control panel when you arrive to it. You may use some kind of the card or just be recognized by the camera here and receive the access. So yeah, from my end, I think that's key point and the key overview about the application projects. We shortly talk about the parking lot problem plus computer vision. We shortly talk about the audio to text recognition, about the recommendation system, about the bot detection, and one more time about the plate recognition, but not in context of parking lots, but more in context of checking of the access, which may be used in the highways or around the globe, or yeah, just to control the access of the cars. Um, Dear colleagues and participants, do you have any questions related to this? In case if there is no any other questions, I would like to say thank you and see you on our classes in the concentration of the AI.